guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle, and today there are two great things that I'm going to talk about. The first is the federal forbearance period has been extended from May 31st until August 31st. So that gives people an additional 3 months of zero interest on their federal student loans. Super exciting. I am really thrilled about that aspect just because of the goals that I have for this summer in terms of tackling my debt. Which will be the car. That is the next thing I plan on paying off completely. So by July 30th of this year, I should hopefully, and not even hopefully, that's the plan. I will hopefully see it through though, I guess. But the plan is to have my vehicle paid off by the end of July, and then all I will have is student loans and saving for my first house. So that's kind of where I'm at in the plan. I'm super excited that the federal loans have been extended because that just means that I'm going to save on interest that would be accruing otherwise, and it lets me focus on the other debts that I have that are accruing interest, like my private student loans and my vehicle. Granted, my vehicle is only at 1.9%, so it's not accruing really quickly, but I just want to get that one paid off, even though it is my lowest interest. I think it would just give me the greatest satisfaction. And one thing that I do agree with Dave Ramsey on is that, it's not just a math equation, it's an emotional thing. Otherwise, I definitely wouldn't have had the student loans that I have. I would not have gone to an expensive nursing school that definitely was not worth it, even though I do enjoy travel nursing and my career as a travel nurse. I could probably retire 5 years sooner or 5 years from now if I didn't go to that school. So seeing myself paying it back, it really has been tough. But with that said, I think it's great that the forbearance period has been extended. I think that it's going to be really hard for people to go back to paying their loans just because everything is more expensive nowadays. But hopefully a lot of people have taken the past couple of years to really get their finances right. I know last year I was reading a lot of books on finances, so I've invested a lot in the past year because I have been doing a mixed approach of investing and paying down debt. All right, so in March 2022, I shared 5 different accounts with you. I didn't include my federal loans, I don't think, at least, just because I am not paying anything on them because of the 0% forbearance period. I'm waiting and paying down my other debts that have interest on them just so I can save essentially on interest. I don't see the point in paying my federal ones right now when I have a private student loan that's accruing interest and then my car loan. So I want to knock those out of the way now and then also save a little bit of money as well. So with that said, the first loan and my biggest loan is my private student loan for nursing school. Last month in March, it was $83,543. Now it's $83,214.44. So I pay $500 every other week. Although it looks like I paid $328.56. So of course, some of that just went to interest, the other amount, which is kind of sad that only $328 went to my principal. So all of these numbers essentially looking at principal because I didn't write the exact value that I did pay just because a lot of them are automated. So the second one was an account that I had talked about paying off in full, and I did it. So I'm super excited about that. I unfortunately don't have the original number, but I'll have it flash here. So that way you can see the original balance on that loan. It's now down to zero, but in March it was $726.95, and now it is zero. So I no longer have to go to that account, which is something that I was super excited about. I have different lenders, and now this is one lender that I don't have to log into anymore until next year when I do my taxes. Even though I won't be able to deduct anything from my taxes from the interest paid, that is essentially what I would have to go to that account for. So it's nice to know that that one is zero. I track all my finances on Mint. So when I go through all of the loans that I own, it's nice to see one of them has a big fat zero. So of course the amount I paid on that one was $726.95. And it's really crazy. Dave Ramsey talks about paying your smallest balance and how you'll feel when you get that first one knocked out. It's really true. Like when I had 200 there, like I was just so obsessed. I was just like, I want to pay this off. So I did. And then I think some interest had accrued and there was like another 60 cents, literally sent the 60 cents after that. And it feels really good. Like, I'm just like, oh wow, like I'm doing this. And so I definitely see the perk of paying the little ones off, even though technically my next smallest is a federal loan. I'm not going to do that. I know that the car, when I see that at a big zero, especially with it starting where it's at right now, like that is going to be great satisfaction too. And it's going to be such a short time. But I'll get to that in a minute. So the next loan that I have comes from a different lender. That first loan in March last month, it was $16.38 and 47 cents. It's down to $15.82 and 43 cents. So I think this one is set for me to pay the 10th of the month. So it looks like I didn't pay anything. I'm not even sure why this payment went through. It might have, I don't know if it was set from last year or something. I'm kind of not sure because the way that the payment went through, it split with the second one that's in there that I haven't been paying on. So anyways, $56.04 went towards that. The second loan that I have with this lender is $3,600 in March, and then now it's $3,552.04. So $47.96 paid. So a total of $100 to that servicer. Again, I wasn't trying to pay on that second loan. I wasn't even aware that there was a payment going there. And so I'm not really sure what happened, but I do plan on paying the $15.82 and 43 cents in full this month, just because they charge a random fee every time you pay. And it's the same amount whether you pay $10 or $100 or $1,000. And so I didn't even realize that until essentially this last payment went. So I paused all of my future payments and just canceled those because I would rather just pay the 15.82.43 in one lump sum versus having to pay little extra fees. You know, they're already getting their interest and now they want these other fees. So that's kind of annoying. I'm just going to try to pay that off in full and hold off for any payments for this month until I have that balance. And I should be able to do that this month. As for the second loan, that one is under the same federal forbearance period. So what I think I'll do with that one is put the amount in a savings account. So that way when the pause has ended, I have that money there to just throw at this one and knock it out. Now, the final one that I'm going to talk about today is my car. So in March 2022, I had $22,639.20. As of April 1st, it has gone down to $21,848.46. So essentially, I paid $790.74. And then the total amount is $19.50 and 25 cents. It actually is higher than that just because some of it went towards the interest for my private student loan at the top that I first mentioned, because I said I do 500. So that amount isn't reflected. So essentially I paid about $2,000 between last month and this month, which is an okay number. I actually used to pay, I think, about that much last year per month. Maybe I did a little bit less. So ideally, I'd like to be paying more down essentially. So it'll be exciting for me to go from April 1st this year to May 1st next month to see how much I paid. Hopefully that number is 3,000 or 4,000 down in debt. A lot of money is going towards one of my cards. I bought a new laptop, so I am paying that off. My other laptop broke and I needed a laptop so I can edit these videos. So that is something that is an expense that I haven't really been including because I use my card for everything, groceries, but maybe I can include that in future videos if it's inspiring or if it's helpful. But there's really no set month to month thing on the card. I pay it down by the end of the month each month. So there's no like interesting thing to follow with it. Ideally, hopefully I could put less on it each month so that way more can go towards my student loans, but we'll see. I use the Chase Sapphire card that gives you points for planes, and so I've been able to fly free for quite a bit of time. I've used points last year and then a couple times this year to fly, and then I intend to use them later on this year. So I really like using that card, and that's the only reason why I have a credit card. I don't really use any other cards. In fact, I think I will cancel most of the other cards I do own. I'll probably keep my first card as an anchor card because it has the longest history, but I have a few other random cards that I no longer see necessary, like a couple of store cards. One of them is to Goodyear, where I used to get my car serviced. So things like tires I would finance because they used to give you a deal. But now with my new car being a hybrid, I don't even bring it there. So I don't think I have use for that card anymore. So with that said, for those of you who have private student loans, if you're interested in refinancing those loans, which are not included in the federal forbearance period, then consider refinancing with Earnest. I have my link down below. If you refinance with them and you're successfully approved, then you get $200 and I get $200, and it's just a win-win situation for us both. I've been with them for over a year. It's a nice company. They always pick up their phone if you have questions for them, and that $200 bonus is just a nice perk. So I found that they gave me the lowest rate at the time, which is why I went with them. I had, I think, 11% with one private lender and then like a 7.9% with a different one. So I refinanced those two and consolidated those two loans into one and got mine at 3.5%. I probably will refinance again in the future. I almost did, and I'm kicking myself in the foot because I got a 2.99% interest with a different company. But I was trying to get a lower match with someone else, and then it didn't go through, and I missed my opportunity. So now I'm staying with Earnest, which is okay. I think Earnest now added the feature where you can try with someone else and then have them match that rate. So hopefully that's up and running for everyone else. I was kind of waiting for that so I could stick with them because I do like the company a lot, but that feature wasn't out at the time. So it is now. So if that's something that you're considering, definitely click my link below so that way you get to reap that $200 when you do refinance with them. So with that said, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will post another video for you all soon. Thanks. Bye.